Okay, completing the square. The questions for this are almost identical. They are in this kind of form. You get a function, you get your trinomial, it's not a function, you get your trinomial, you get your expression here, and you need to rewrite it in this form. I always say it's, it's basically like mixing up food. It's kind of like it's the same ingredients, but slightly different outcome, a little bit cooking or something. Okay, we're going from this to this. It's the same stuff, but in a different way. And why do we write it in this way? Well, it helps us find the turning point, which is one of your questions as well. So we're just going to go through the process of how to do it. The very first one hasn't really come out very well, so I'm just going to write it. So we get x squared plus 8x plus 15. So we're just going to rewrite this trinomial in our complete the square form to help us find the turning point. So what we do is we half this number. So I'm going to say x plus 4 squared. We always have the x and the squared, but this number here is halved. Now what have I done there? I have now, if I break that bracket out, I'm going to end up with x squared plus 8x plus 16. And I don't want 16, I want 15. So what do I have to do to get from 4 squared 16 to 15? What do I have to do to get from there to there? Well, I have to take away 1. And that's it. That's all we're doing. We're just rewriting this function this way. If I was to now take this bracket which I've broken out and then take away 1, I'm right back to where I started because that is now plus 15. Hence, otherwise state the coordinates of a turning point. Well, for the turning point, all we do is we change the first sign and keep the second one the same. The turning point is -4, -1. That's you. So it's quite a straightforward process. It gets higher, it gets more difficult at higher, but it's actually very straightforward at National 5. They don't ask you anything. So let's have a look at this then. Same again. X squared plus 10x, take away 15. So I want to write it in the form x and squared. This number here is halved, so it's plus 5. Now, I have now generated the number 25. I don't want the number 25, I want the number -15. So how do I get from 25 to -15? Well, I've got to take away 40. So in this case, my turning point is going to be -5, -40. If you're not sure, you can break that bracket out and you should end up with the exact same answer. This is going crazy. Happy with that? Over. How do I move? There we go. Does this look familiar? Yes, it does. I mean, there's honestly nothing complicated about this. It's just the same process each time. So x squared, take away 6x, take away 81. So you've got x and squared, we want that the same. I'm going to half this number. So I've now got -3. So this generates -3 squared, which is 9. I don't want 9. I want -81. How do I get from 9 to -81? Well, I have to take away 90. So if I multiplied this bracket out and then took away 90, I end up right back where I started. The turning point for this is going to be 3, -90. As we change the sign and stays the same. So don't overcomplicate this. It's the exact same question every time. You just got to get used to the process. So let's see, I've got x squared, take away 8x plus 18, 19, sorry. So I'll half the middle term, so that's -4. That has generated me a 16. I don't want 16, I want 19 because I want this original number. How do I get from 16 to 19? I have to add 3. So the turning point is going to be 4, 3. Sorted. Move over if I can. Why does it disappear today? I feel like the little line there. Same again. I'm just going to go straight into the question. Now I'm going to half that middle term. So the 8 gets halved, so it's plus 4. I've now generated 4 squared. I've generated a 16 that I want rid of. So, sorry, not want rid of, but I've got generated a 16 and I want to get to -7. How do I do that? Well, I'm going to have to take away, what would that be, 23. Take away 23. I'm going to take away 16 to get to 0. Then I have to take away another 7. That's going to be 23 negatives. Fantastic. And my turning point is going to be at -4, -23. I can't do the turn. See. So honestly, I don't know what I don't know what this is. Right, last one. Let's check my time. Yeah, loads of time. It's the quickest video I've ever done. So don't get again. I always say don't get confused with the terminology. This just means complete the square. Okay, rewrite this in the form. So I'm going to half my middle number. So that's x plus 3 squared. I have generated a 9. I don't want 9. I want the -7 up here. How do I get from 9 to -7? Well, I've got to take away 9 and then take away 7. So I'm going to have to do -60. The turning point for that is going to be -3, -16. And just to prove, just to show you a bit of time left over, I can say x plus 3 squared. That's x and 3, so that's x squared. 3x, 3x, and 9. Put my like terms. So I've got x squared plus 6x plus 9. Take away 16. So that'll be x squared plus 6x. Take away 9. Take away 16. Be -7. So I'm right back where I started. Okay? So it's a bit, it's the same ingredients, it's the same thing. You're just dressing it up slightly differently. So not a lot of working. You're halving that middle term, seeing what number you get from the middle term half squared, and then you're saying, okay, I don't want that number, I want this original number. How do I get to it? And the best thing about this question is you can always work back. You can always multiply your bracket out and say, does that get me the same? Does that get me the same as what I had at the beginning? Okay, so when you see something like this, and you see that kind of x plus a squared plus b, x take away q, all that stuff, you're thinking it's a complete square question. And to get your turning point, you change this sign, and that stays the same. Change the sign, stays the same. Hey, hope that was helpful.